Long before the first human voice, there was only motion, a vast expanse of matter, spinning across the abyss. No memory to record it, no language to describe it, just the clockwork of cause and effect. On Earth, millions of years passed. Continents fractured and drifted. Oceans filled. Life emerged from the water, adapting and surviving, driven by the biological instinct to continue. Then, a specific biological arrangement emerged. This creature began to turn its awareness inward. It did not just react to its environment, it observed its own place within it. Beside ancient campfires, a new kind of awareness took hold. A hunter gazes at the stars and realizes that his life, like the fire, will eventually go out. He begins to ask what his presence in the world actually signifies. This realization created a new type of hunger. Once the stomach was full and the predator was avoided, the human mind required a reason to keep going. We became a species that needs purpose to function. This persistent drive to ask why offers no immediate physical advantage. It does not provide warmth or food. Yet this mental reflex separates human consciousness from the rest of the silent universe. The foundations of civilization were built to address this need. Ancient empires moved millions of tons of stone to anchor their lives to a sense of permanent meaning. Across distant continents, separated by different languages and customs, isolated populations converged on the same themes. They sought to define truth, the nature of reality, and the possibility of life after death. Aristotle observed that human beings possess a natural desire for knowledge. We want to categorize the world and identify the causes behind every effect. However, explaining how a thing happens only leads to deeper mysteries. Each causal explanation generates a new set of questions, creating an infinite loop of physical inquiries. Humanity became proficient at accumulating vast amounts of information. We learned to predict the changing seasons and to chart the stars, but a collection of facts provides the mechanics of the world without addressing the soul's requirement for a reason. That requirement was tested during the 20th century. Civilization's comforts and structures were stripped away, leaving individuals to face existence in its rawest form. Psychiatrist Viktor Frankl witnessed this inside the concentration camps of World War II. He observed people subjected to the extremes of hunger, cold, and violence. Frankl noticed that survival rarely depended on physical strength or intellectual capacity. Instead, those who endured often possessed a specific meaning to focus on, a mental destination that lay beyond the fence. This meaning took various forms: hope of seeing a child, an unfinished book, or a quiet faith. This internal focus acted as a psychological shield, protecting the spirit when the body was failing. Biological comfort is fragile. Without a sense of purpose, even a person with food and warmth can find life unbearable. The search for meaning serves as the primary survival mechanism of the human species. It provides the resilience required to endure when everything else is lost. Modern astronomy has provided a map of our surroundings. We can gaze across billions of light years, charting the physical scale and age of the cosmos. We have decoded the laws of reality, tracing how stars forge elements and mapping the electrical networks of the human brain. We plot the mechanical systems of nature, stars forming, neurons firing, but these pathways point towards an empty void. Science explains mechanics, not existence. Experiences like beauty and love resist reduction to mathematics. We expand our knowledge, yet the question of significance remains untouched. The existential question persists through every technological revolution. It remains because the drive to understand purpose is not a technical error to be fixed by better data. Our drive to ask why is the great mystery itself. The search defines the condition of being alive.